Right. Glue. I really should have put some like newspaper down or something before I started doing this, but I don't have any. And the reason why this brush is so stiff, which it shouldn't be, is because the last time I used it for PVA glue, and I very stupidly did not rinse it off properly. I didn't like rinse the glue off it afterwards, which is really bad. It damages the brushes, I think. I don't know, I need to learn more art stuff. I mean, I did GCSE art, failed, but that's because the art teacher I had was an absolute, like, one of those teachers that you just don't want to be in their class. Like, I loved art, like, art was one of my favourite subjects, but I hated one of the art teachers that I had. I'm not going to mention names, but, yeah. I mean, I didn't, like, hate her, I just didn't really like her classes. But she was a good teacher. A bit strict, but she was a good teacher. I just didn't like the way she approached students' art. Sometimes she could be a bit harsh. Right, so now we've got PVA glue on there. I'm just gonna press that together. Hold it for a few seconds. This isn't lined up properly, I'm pretty sure, but right. I'm just gonna pause this a sec. I'm gonna come back once this is set. Now, once the glue's set and it's all dry and holding together nicely, I'd say give it a couple of hours for the glue to dry if you do choose to use PVA glue. I recommend using something to kind of weight the boxes onto each other so they don't slip. But yeah, once they're stuck together and you're happy with where they're positioned and you've glued them together and let them like set so that the glue holds them together properly, then once the glue's dry, paint it, decorate it however you like. I'm now covered in PVA glue, but this was a lot of fun to do, and you know, you should try it. And if you do try it, let me know in the comments, because I found these desk tidies super helpful. It keeps all my art supplies organised and I know where everything is. I know I just have to go to the desk tidy and grab what I need, use it and put it back when I'm finished, which I'm not so good at the put it back when I'm finished part, but I'm working on that. But yeah, with like when you're painting them, the desk tidies, I recommend mixing the paint with a bit of PVA glue and some water. The PVA glue will help it stick to the cardboard and the plastic a lot easier, and the water will allow you to spread it a bit more, but you have to... Okay, so this is like at least over a week later since I started filming. I had to cut the last clip short because my mom came into my room whilst I was in the middle of filming. But now we're going to continue with the video. I think what I was saying before in the previous clip was that when you go to paint the desk tidy, you want to get the right consistency with like the PVA glue, the water and the paint. My hair is actually okay, but I'm a bit of a mess. I've just eaten my dinner and I haven't really been properly awake with it today, but I have finished making the desk tidy, and I just kind of want to like show you what it looks like at the minute. I haven't painted mine yet, but I want to paint it at some point. I just haven't decided like what colors I want to use. You can probably hear in the background I have a film playing. I'm currently just watching Ghostbusters at the minute. So, this desk that I'm using at the minute was actually my sister's. She gave it to me because she doesn't really use it. So we've got the lamp over here, which is clipped onto the shelf where I keep all of my DVDs and stuff. And then I've actually used the desk today and the desk tidy that was previously made. This lamp is helpful. It works wonders because I can point it in any direction that I want to or need to see what I need to see. But you can see here in the corner of the desk, we have the desk tidy, and a couple of other pieces. I haven't finished sticking the thing together yet, but like, you don't have to stick all of it together. You can have like separate pieces, the desk tidy that sit next to other pieces. So I've got like these 3 compartments that are stuck together, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 compartments here that are stuck together. And that just kind of tucks away nicely like that. But I think I'm just going to put this one there on the desk, so we've got a bit more space. And you've got like the pens, drawing pencils, shading tools, colouring pencils, more colouring pencils, paint brushes. As you can see here, it keeps everything organised, and you just, like, you're able to know where each of your utensils are. So, like, if you need to use your art stuff, you know where each thing is, and it's really good for helping yourself to, like, keep organised, and, like, it's helpful because everything's just in one space. And you can clearly see where each thing is. So, like, if you wanted to do some drawing or some sketching or some painting, all of your equipment that you would need to use is in the desk tidy. That's why I like having made the desk tidy and using it. It's proven very helpful for myself. I was saying the desk tidy that I've made, it's proven very helpful for myself, and I think a lot of other people would find it very helpful as well. Like, I think people with, like, maybe ADHD or autism, or people with things where it makes it difficult for them to keep organised or difficult for them to know where everything is, I feel like the desk tidy would be helpful for them, because it gives them like a little creative project to do, and in doing that creative project it gives them something that's useful so that they've made. So if you do decide to take on the fun and creative challenge of making this desk tidy, let me know in the comments, and you can DM me on Instagram, the.officialjenna, and send me some photos. I want to see, like, if you guys do, you know, try and make the desk tidy that I've kind of tried my best to show you how to make in this video. I want to see how yours turns out. It's fun seeing everyone have something creative and individual that kind of shows a part of who they are. And making the desk tidy, it's fun, it's creative, it's useful, it's good for keeping organised and knowing where all of your equipment is when you need or want to use your art equipment. And as well, if you're making it from like recycled items like cardboard boxes, plastic bottles, old milk cartons, like, you're helping the environment because you're using a sustainable resource. It's a recycled material. So instead of just like littering or throwing it away or putting it in the recycling box and letting it go off to wherever it goes off, you're turning that old object that you didn't need anymore into something useful that could last for a really long time and be very helpful. Just a quick tip for mixing the paint. I would say, like, if you're using, for me, when doing things like this, I like to use acrylic paint because it holds a bit better, it's a bit stronger, the pigments are a bit stronger, and I found it's slightly easier to work with than something like watercolors. Because for me, when using watercolors, they just kind of smudge and smear all over the place. So when you're mixing your paint to use for desk tidy, you want to get like a decent size mixing palette, just like so that like each section is like about this size roughly, or like any mixing palette will do. Like, it doesn't really matter, you don't have to have a specific size, but you want to get your mixing palette. I don't have mine with me at the minute in my person, no, like in my hand, and it's late, so I don't really want to be getting out like paints and stuff, and I'm not in the right state to be like painting and stuff. But you get your palette, you want to put like about like roughly like the size of your thumbnail. Put like a drop or like 2 drops about the size of your thumbnail of the paint into like a spot on, into like a section in the mixing palette. And then you want to take your PVA glue, and you want to put about half the amount of, like half the amount of the paint that you've put in. So you want to, like with the paint, once you put the paint in the compartment, take half that amount for the glue and put that in the same compartment as the paint. And then mix those two together. That might get a bit stiff and difficult, so then you want to just drop like 2-3 drops of water in with it and mix it together. It's helpful to have like a little cup of water just to one side that you can use for like mixing your paints. The consistency should be like somewhere in between like watery and thick. Like, it's up to you how thick or thin you want the consistency of the mixed paint to be, but I would definitely advise mixing some of the paint with some PVA glue and water, just because the paint will stick to the material better and the water will kind of make it easier to spread across the material you're using. This is why I recommend you use masking tape and PVA glue instead of like hot glue guns or sellotape, because you can paint over masking tape, whereas like if you try and paint over sellotape, it's just gonna run off. But yeah, that's the end of this video for now, and I will try and get more content out as soon as possible. I want to try and post like once or twice a week. Like I want to try and post more regularly, but I'm really struggling with like thinking of like ideas and things to do to like make the content, and editing the videos, it takes a lot of time. It's fun, but like the editing process can be very stressful because you could be sit there like editing for like an hour and feel like you're not getting anywhere. But you know what? It's okay. I do this because I love like the idea of like making content that's like, I guess, helpful to people. Like if my content's helping to cheer people up or giving people something to do with their time or helping anyone in some way, then that's good enough for me. Like I'm generally very grateful that people have been taking time out of their day to watch my content and support my channel, and I just want to, you know, thank you guys for that. So I will see you guys, girls, non-binaries, trans, like anyone who watches my content. I do not care what your gender is. I do not care what you identify as. My content that I post, I want everybody to feel like they can enjoy. Which is really difficult because I want to try and make as much content as possible that a wide variety of people can enjoy. So I will see you guys next time I post, and I will try and post as regular as possible. I think for now I'm just gonna try and post like at least once a week, because then like that gives myself the week to kind of get on top of things, and I have hopefully at least a bit of time to sort the videos out and get the content created. But yeah, see you guys next time. Bye. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. I will put all of my socials that you can find me on in the description, so if you want to message me, you have any content ideas, or you want to reach out or have a conversation, DM me on Instagram, or you can probably message me on my TikTok. But if you want to see more regular content or more of my content, you can check my Instagram and my TikTok. I try to post on all of my social platforms as often as I can. But yeah, bye!